Hello and welcome once again to Pro Football. This week we're out at Windy Hill, and it didn't matter who the home side was playing, it was still a big day because it was the unfurling of the Premiership flag that Essendon won so convincingly last year on the MCG against Hawthorn. After the flag it was down to business, and the opposition today was John Devine's Cats. Geelong had had a disappointing start to the season, being thumped at home, but were determined to make amends at Windy Hill. Let's now go to the action. It wasn't a big crowd, but it was an enthusiastic one in very windy conditions to see Essendon take on Geelong. With me in the commentary position is Bob Skilton.
So we welcome you to Windy Hill, and indeed it is living up to its name as the home side Essendon, with the unfurling of the flag, take on Geelong. And it's the Cats who've not only won the toss and kicking with the breeze, but it's Flanagan with the first kick of the day. Jackson from behind. He had a few words to say to Kevin Sheedy as he came out on the ground. Sort of, I'm going to show you today, Kay Sheedy. Whether he will remains to be seen. The umpires in charge are Dennis Rich and Peter Cameron. And to Bob Skilton, I suppose the question we've got to pose early is how strong is this breeze? Bob, it appears to be blowing into the pocket.
Yes, I know which end I'd rather be kicking though, Sandy. And Geelong are kicking to that end at the moment. There's no doubt that the breeze is blowing into the pocket, and it is a very strong breeze.
Not only that, it's reasonably fresh too. Harvey, a hurried kick, gathers little distance. Another one by Walsh, down towards Danaher on centre wing. Danaher looks for the long hand pass across to Baker. Baker sending Essendon forward, but Merritt is behind on this occasion. And Steve Reynoldsson, who we saw in the Army Reserve Cup last week, having won a senior berth, takes the mark on half-back flank. Lost his boot. Well, the Essendon fans are happy. They've got the Premier's flag flying in front of the members. It was unfurled. There's a great mark by Mack. Plays on quickly, gets it across. Dunnell's kick down towards the half-forward line. Danaher, the runner. Here's a chance. Reynoldsson puts his body over the ball and, in fact, will take the free kick. So, second kick in as many minutes.
Essendon might give Reynoldsson a bit of confidence, Andy.
Good start by him. That's what he needs. He's a confidence player. Merritt just about ran straight into him. Madden again coming in late. This time affects the spoil. Down towards Harvey. No one able to take it. Flanagan gets a hurried kick up towards the half-forward line. Morgan in trouble, out of trouble. Who will I give it to? And eventually he decides. It'll be Damien Drum. Drum, long. Van der Haar comes out to meet it. Darcy's arm. He can give it to Jackson, but Dunnell spoils well and pushes it over the line for a throw-in to take place in the back pocket.
Excellent defensive work by Frank Dunnell. Jackson waiting for that hand pass, and Dunnell thumping it over the boundary line from the throw-in. Jackson in the front position, grabbed it, couldn't get boot to ball though. It's in there underneath the feet of everybody, and we'll find a bounce to take place.
I get the distinct impression that hair of Jacko's is a little blonder than it was last week.
Speaker Sandy Roberts. I'm a friend of Mark Jackson's.
And a dobber, a total dobber.
Morgan taps the ball out. Oh, players going everywhere. Desperate football here at the moment as Hawker takes it. Hawker puts it out wide onto the centre wing. A long run for everybody. Reynoldsson leads in the race for the ball. Doesn't try to actually gather the ball in. He knew that Merritt was right on his ginger, and so a throw-in will take place.
Throw in, centre wing. Flanagan, Merritt. Flanagan wins it. An opportunity. The kick from Hocking was beautifully smothered. Now a chance for Ezard. Intercepted by Cole. Cole gets it across to Evans. He's caught. Socket off the ground by Thompson. Down towards Danaher. Has it now. Steadies. Another one to Thompson, who's followed play down, but he gets caught. Can he get out of it? No, he can't. He loses it to Boss. Boss handball out wide, but in the meantime, the umpire's whistle had sounded. And the free kick will go back to Thompson. And so the landscape gardener, who combines business with Tim Watson, will put the Bombers into attack. Good kick from Thompson. Just off target. My word, it was. Actually, I saw those two the other day in their landscape business. Flat out. Sitting here at the club. And as the rain starts to come in, I think it's going to be a pretty wet and wintry old day. nevertheless. Harvey from behind, can't take the mark. At the back is Reynolds. Does it well, gets clear. To half forward, folds, tries to spoil. Waiting down was Mark Thompson. Dunnell shovels it out to that player, Thompson. Towards the wing. An attempted soccer off the ground, unsuccessful. Up come the umbrellas, down comes the rain as Mick Thompson tries to get the handball away. Bob Skilton has disappeared underneath the commentary box. Down towards Salmon, he can't take the mark. The day will be not the sort of one he wants weather-wise. Picked up by Daisy Williams. Bob Skilton has disappeared and Merritt has taken the mark.
I'm still here, Sandy, don't worry about that. And I just prefer to be in the dry area.
You're not on your own there.
As Sandy Roberts now joins me. So, Roger Merritt, the opportunity of bringing up first goal. The point kicked by Michael Thompson. But Merritt well within kicking distance, but anything can happen when you're in such blustery days as today. So, Merritt, you can see the angle for yourself. He's only 30 metres out. The kick from Roger Merritt, no mistake about that. Right through the centre. Roger Merritt proving that he's a very, very skillful player once again. There was a time when the skill of Roger Merritt may have been underrated, but certainly not today. Paul Salmon coming off the ground, not on the camera, but Salmon off and Wood on.
Centre bounce.
Phillips takes the ball out of the centre, intercepting the hand pass. Punched on by Clark. Terry Bright, the player first on the scene. Can't handle the ball cleanly though. Good tackle by Clark. The hand pass came in. It comes out through to Cleve. The hand pass from Cleve accepted by Neil, who has plenty of time. And the Geelong back pocket player looks for Turner in the centre. Thumped away by Hawker. Coming through is Christensen. Handles it beautifully. Not a good kick though. Morgan accepts it. Gets a hand pass. Misses Christensen. Merritt comes on the scene. Runs. Thompson, the back pocket player, puts it towards centre half forward. Danaher couldn't take the mark, but it's a kick upfield. And Terry Danaher will take the free kick after Mark Thompson was handed one after he got rid of the ball.
So Danaher between centre and half forward. Dropping back in the square is Roger Merritt. Gives him a lead. Well spoilt by Cleve. Play on is the call and Geelong go out of trouble. Well out of trouble, in fact, over the line. The kick from Craig Evans. No, it'll be kept in play by Folds. Testimonial year this year for Gary Folds. Back towards half forward. Danaher was the target. Couldn't find him. Over the centre. Turner couldn't take it. Tried to snare it on the half volley. Madden went in strongly. Baker gets collared and he's pinged for holding the ball. Darcy. Across to Flanagan. Good play then by Tim Darcy. Drum. In trouble. Back pedals. Eventually a long kick up towards Jackson. Caught at the back. Couldn't take the mark. And once again Essendon through Dunnell. Pushing it towards the line. He has support in Walsh. And he will see it over the line for another throw-in. Well, it rain. It looks as though we're going to have these fleeting showers throughout the afternoon. But at the moment, it has stopped. Here's the throw-in once again. Jackson and Madden. Bursting his way through was Cole. Hill, whilst not in possession, said Peter Cameron. And so he will take the free kick directly in front and only 20 metres out. Dennis Ridge is joining Peter Cameron. It's the two men in white in charge of today's proceedings. Cole, the drop punt. They want goals and they want plenty of them in his first term, kicking with the breeze, and that is exactly what he has done. Michael Cole posts Geelong's first, and so they trail by a point. 1-1 to one straight goal.
Geelong are playing quite well, Sandy, but let's not forget they do have the aid of what I would believe was a 5-goal breeze.
Quite a good crowd here at Windy Hill this afternoon. No doubt many of the Essendon fans coming out for the unfurling of the flag. Here's the centre bounce once again. A point the difference. Madden to Watson. First touch for Tim, down to the half-forward line, the mark. taken by Alan Ezard. Well, he showed some blistering form the other night in the Foster's Cup. That's not a bad kick into the breeze either. Daisy! Williams can't take it, and it goes over the line for 1 point. They're still kicking a fair distance, Bob, into that breeze.
They certainly are, Sandy. I think it might have swung around a bit because it seems to be coming straight into our face.
So is the rain.
Well, that's why it might be across the ground. So maybe it might only be a 3-goal breeze. Tapped on by Phillips. Thompson takes it well. A lovely hand pass, getting out of trouble. It's taken by Donnell. Bounces awkwardly for both Reynoldsson and Madden. Tapped wide by Neal. Tapped on by Wood. Blown out almost. Taken by Danaher. Swings it across the ground. Blustery conditions down there, but it's taken by Harvey. Beautifully smothered. Picked up by Baker. Great play by Baker as he snaps toward goal, but he's just offline, and only 1 point the result. Leon Baker. Point on the board. His opponent, number 4 also, Terry Bright, will put it back into play. Bright favouring the long kick. Madden on his own. Just takes it easily. Hand passes across to Donnell. I think he caught Donnell unawares. Flanagan smothered the kick. Punched wide that time by Cole. Overrun by Turner. Picked up by Wood. The hand pass accepted by Hawker, who goes across the ground. Phillips completely unattended out wide. Goes short. Harvey, the player that he's looking for. Harvey steadies. Easily gets around his opponent. Has plenty of time to put up towards the square. And a good mark taken by Andrew Hughes.
Lost that.
And I think
Pink. Well, that's as subtle as a stepmother's kiss.
I do believe you have a visit to the tribunals. Well, Andrew Hughes has the task, Sandy, of going everywhere that Ezard does. Neal coming on and off the ball with Clark. Ezard on and off. I meant to say Hughes on and off the ball with Ezard.
Thank you, Robert.
And it's Ezard now who says thank you very much for that. And it was a lovely mark by Andrew Hughes too, Sandy.
Yes. Slight indiscretion, bringing it all undone. So the post Essendon's second goal. Kicking into the breeze, doing it well. 2-3-15, a 9-point margin over the Geelong Cats.
Players concerned, Andrew Hughes, Alan Ezard.
Back in the middle, 9-point margin favouring Essendon. Kicking into the breeze, although we've had a couple of light showers, we've got blue skies at the moment. Scratcher Neal, it was a bad bounce, got it high. Thompson goes through strongly, played well on the Foster's Cup performance, gets it across to Brian Wood. A shocking pass, although Scratcher Neal could appreciate it. He has support through Bruns. Bruns, a high kick up towards the half-forward line. Billy Brownless is the target. Couldn't take the mark. The mark won't be paid to Walsh, who was looking for it at the back. Tried to get it across to Brendan Phillips. He then goes in to effect the smother, and eventually Peter Cameron will come in and decide upon a bounce.
The bounce, 60 metres out from the Geelong goal. Big pack of players around the bounce, but this does happen in windy conditions. Madden got the tap down. Donnell playing an extremely good game across the half-back line. Drives it towards half-forward. Hocking punches the ball away from Baker. Bright and Williams running after it, but it goes over the boundary line. And so Darren Williams giving it back to the boundary umpire for a throw-in to take place midway between centre wing and half-forward flank for Essendon. Flanagan got the tap. Neal came in, a hip and shoulder, got Baker out of the way. Neal then got it and a long hand pass down, but again it runs over the boundary line, this time before Glenn Hawker can take possession. So this time the throw-in on the midway between centre wing and half-forward for Geelong.
Don't think we mentioned Bobby, but Tony Elshaw coming into the side and Trevor Spencer playing in the reserves this afternoon.
Yes, and as I said before, Salmon has gone off the ground, so Essendon have gone for the smaller players in these windy conditions. Neal to Turner. Turner swinging back onto the left foot. A hand pass towards Flanagan. Clark picks the ball up. Short pass by Clark, finds Thompson.
So Thompson just about at centre wing. Mark in towards Danaher. Over the back it goes. Ezard was there, but Buse carrying the wrath of the crowd, but that's perhaps a little unnecessary. Thompson again. Second grab. He picks it up. Goes wider. Gets the handball away to his namesake. Down towards the half-forward line. Oh, Ezard, I think's given away a free kick. And it will be Andrew Buse to take it. Buse kick. Out wide towards centre wing. Thompson waiting down, gets the handball out to Watson. Tim Watson's kick to half forward. Danaher couldn't take the mark. He had Wood running, only had to try and paddle it on. That's what he attempted to do, but couldn't quite get there. Christensen could clear for Geelong. Has an airy. Ezard applying the tackle. So too was Harvey. Eventually a high kick. Fisted away from Donnell. Down towards Wood. If it sits, he's in business. He is in business. Gets it across to Brendan Phillips. He slips at the crucial time. Gets away from two players. He's got all day. Eventually goes short and he finds Roger Merritt. Well, it was almost in slow motion, Bobby, but he got away with it.
He did well to get away with it, Sandy. He regained his balance well, and then a missed kick went straight onto the chest of Roger Merritt.
We love having a go at South Australians, don't you? You can't help yourself.
You're not suggesting that he meant it.
Mind you, you also like travelling over there, Robert, but we won't talk about that. Here's the kick. Stone silence from R. Skilton.
Waiting for Roger Merritt to kick his second goal, Sandy.
Could be waiting some time. He's offline, the Dodger.
Not like Merritt.
Nope. 1 point only for Roger Merritt.
A great start by Essendon. You do sometimes find that once a team has unfurled a flag, they get jumped by the opposition. But today you could see that the Essendon players' minds were not on the flag, they were right on today's game.
Exactly the same as Kevin Sheedy. Leon Baker got a touch, but it goes over the line. Yes, there was only one thought in their mind, and that was the next 4 quarters of football against Geelong. Flanagan in front, Merritt coming over the back. Flanagan and then Merritt taps it, but straight to Scratcher Neal. Scratcher's kick in towards the centre of the ground, and by gee, he started well, Frank Donnell. Having a fine game. 5 kicks to the half-forward line. No mark taken. Bruns is waiting down. He gets a hurried kick up to the half-forward line, out in front of Folds and Cole. Folds will be leading in the race for the ball. Jackson comes out to meet him, but Folds gets his kick away. It's short, but it's effective, and he finds Tim Watson on that half-back line. He's covering plenty of ground, Watson, as he gets the handball away. And again, we see it drifting up towards Brian Wood. Roger Merritt at the back. Glenn Hawker in front. Hawker gets it through to Wood. He just threaded it through the pack. Wood shrugs them off. Across to Thompson, but he put him under the hammer, and he's pinned for holding the ball.
That's a good tackle there. And so we find Neville Bruns with the ball. Bruns goes wide, looking for Cole. Punched away by Thompson. Flanagan comes in, a quick hand pass across towards Morgan from the centre of the ground. Morgan goes long, looking for Jackson. Van der Haar, though, it is to take the mark. Van der Haar not behind the mark, so he has to come back. Van der Haar with a long kick. Hawker taps it on. Madden coming after it. We'll give it across to Clark. Over the top, it'll come again. No, he can't get it over. Throws it over now. It'll come back. Definitely a throw. Essendon fans looking on, and I think Dennis Richards thinks it's downfield.
The two of them. The two umpires have each given a free kick.
No, it is going to be downfield. Harvey looks for Danaher. No mark. Danaher wins out though, snaps towards goal. Didn't swing back enough though, and 1 point the result. I think both umpires gave a different decision there, Sandy.
They did, and they were 15 metres apart. Still.
It's in front of the Essendon stand.
17-6, Essendon leading. Terry Bright to bring the ball back into play. Oh, danger. Clark missed it. Drum, a chance to clear, caught, brought to the ground. Watson clear. Short. Not short enough for Roger Merritt, and he's got to use his pace. He does it well, using his bulk to trap the ball and push it backwards towards Dana. And then he says, oh, not again. So he tried to soccer it off the ground. So too did Watson. Bit of untidy play there. Thompson now twisting and turning, and again another soccer off the ground. Down to Warren Izzard in the pocket. He's under plenty of pressure, and it'll be Scratch and Neal who gives it to Reynoldsson to get Geelong out of trouble.
Reynoldsson having a fine quarter of football. The loose ball comes out to Williams of Essendon. The hand pass to Dunnell. Likewise, he gives it across to Foles in the centre. Foles shows a good turn of speed, then steadies and drives it long. A beautiful kick from Foles. Could possibly have been a free kick to Harvey. Izzard picks it up, goes across the face of goal. It's blowing back.
It's got it.
Great mark.
It's got it.
Excellent mark to Roger Merritt. Fine mark. The crowd stand to applaud the diving effort of Roger Merritt. 1 goal to his credit, 1 goal won to be exact. 15 metres out, directly in front. It's really blew around in the air, that ball distance. Not an easy one at all to mark, and just showed the great talent of Roger Merritt. Merritt lining up. Through the centre with that one, so 2 goals to Merritt, 1 goal to Izzard. Michael Cole kicking Geelong's goal, and at the moment the scoreboard is 3 goals 5, 23 Essendon to 1 straight goal, 6 points Geelong.
Bobby, dare I say it, but an ominous start. 8 scoring shots into the breeze to 1 with it.
So I don't think John Devine would be exactly jumping out of the coach's box at the moment.
I think actually he could be. Anyway, it's early days yet. And as John Devine said on World of Sport last week, even though his side lost, he was absolutely delighted to be back in the fray once again. Well, let's see what his side can do today. Flanagan from the centre. Brendan Phillips' kick is partly smothered. He goes in to try and make amends. Walsh taps it clear, but it's taken by Turner. Turner for Geelong. Down towards Jackson and Van der Haar. And Vander and Gary Folds and Frank Donnell are certainly doing it well down there, Bobby.
He's having a picnic across that back line, Sandy.
Here's Folds towards half-back. Poor kick. Madden didn't read it well, and the ball dropped short straight into the arms of Flanagan. Flanagan. Jackson again, the target, can't pull it in with the one hand. Snares it nicely, but his hand pass is well smothered by Van der Haar, and it's going to be kept in play. Jackson snapped it back towards Buse. Buse, a hurried kick down towards the forward line. Here's an opportunity for the Cats. Who can pick it up? The hurried kick gathers little distance. Pushed forward once again. Darcy goes for a soccer off the ground, and I think he's got it. He has. So Tim Darcy scores his first and Geelong's second goal.
Good play by Jackson there, Sandy. He tapped the ball back from the boundary line. It almost went over the line after his first hand pass was smothered by Van der Haar, then was still in play, and Jackson actually tapped the ball back to set that one going. Centre bounce. Flanagan of Geelong, Madden of Essendon. Madden wins the tap. Watson accepts it. Over the half forward. Harvey couldn't take the diving mark.
There he goes.
Izzard swoops on the ball. Hand pass over the top. Accepted by Clark. And through the centre it goes.
That's what you call a quick reply. And how quick? 10 seconds for Watson to rip it out of the centre. Izzard and Clark to finish it off.
Doesn't take them long, does it?
Greased lightning. 4-5, 29 to Geelong. 2 straight goals, 12 on 7's big league.
It's almost as though Geelong, in kicking a goal, jolted them back a little bit. And they...
I hate to say it. 29 plays 12, a 17-point margin. Centre bounce once again. Madden and Flanagan. Madden, Williams, but well tackled. Couldn't get it out of the middle. Still can't. and Peter Cameron decides upon another bounce. Plenty around the ball at the moment. Madden almost had to go over the top. It's socket off the ground. Thompson will be first to this for Essendon on that half-back flank. Chasing him is Steve Hocking. Still pushed forward, and eventually it's Cole. Up towards the half-forward line. Jackson couldn't take the mark. Bruns is waiting down. He's caught and he's pinged, holding the ball.
Neville Bruns being penalised. Walsh accepts the free kick, gives a hand pass across, folds, a real floating kick into the breeze. Nobody can get to it to take the mark. Tapped down by Watson, picked up by Evans, hooks it over the left with the left foot. Van der Haar leads in the race for the ball, gathers it in well. The kick dropping short, runs through the pack though, and Thompson, Michael Thompson it is, who goes forward. Cleve in the front position though, takes a nice mark. Called play on by the umpire, and he has to hand pass to Reynoldsson. Reynoldsson swings it up towards half-back. Views is there for Geelong, and he steadies the tie. Andrew Views across towards centre wing. Darcy was up, hooks it over the top. Evans coming through for Geelong, taps it on. Drum tried to get the hand pass through, but was smothered. Watson likewise. Watson dives back, taps it through. Picked up by Izzard. Excellent play by Tim Watson. Izzard has a chance to steady. Drives it towards half forward. Reynoldson's there, taps it wide. Over the boundary line it goes. And a throw-in to take place. Well, Reynoldson's done a good job, Sandy, but Roger Merritt has kicked 2 goals, 1, and is in the thick of things.
Here's the throw-in.
But he's still done a good job, though, Reynoldsson.
Yep. One by Merritt, taken by Views. Tried to get it across to Hocking, under pressure, so to Turner. Well taken by Baker, beautifully stolen. Wood, Merritt under the hammer. Player going past, Hawker. There's that many of them running past, but Glenn Hawker on that occasion, just a fraction wide. And so a throw-in to take place.
Michael Cole, no. Craig Cleve has been told that he must take it. Cleve goes short, poor play. Hawker throws it out.
And he looked straight at the umpire, Glenn.
Yes.
He'd be happy today because it's probably raining in the Wimmera, though.
I don't think he's got any argument with that one. Flanagan, that's a nice kick. Floats around, almost taken by Evans, picked up now by Drum. It's Van der Haar and Jackson. 2 out. Van der Haar wins. Van der Haar playing an excellent game at fullback.
Fair kick too into this breeze. Danaher waiting at the bottom, couldn't take it. Turner at the back, tackled by Clark, loses it to Brendan Phillips. Away he goes to Terry Danaher. Out comes the lead, there goes the pass. Izzard an attempted tap on. In the middle was Cole, but he has it stolen by Christensen. Swings round onto the left foot, long up towards the half-forward line once again. Walsh with the one hand. Drum tried to burst his way through. The hurried kick comes away from Thompson, however. Again back towards Danaher. Held, and he'll take the free kick from the centre.
Playing well, Terry Danaher.
He's having a good day today, TD. Merritt gives him a lead. Roger, you'll have to be Carl Lewis to get to it. He almost did. Harvey at the back. Was he pushed in the back or did he prompt? The umpire calls play on. Cole does the handball work, gets it out to a teammate, but he's kicking under pressure. And Steve Reynoldson's kick, although it's going to stay in play, could see Donnell come away with it. It does.
Frank Donnell, a real floater of a kick, and an awkward one for anybody to mark, but Darren Flanagan does. Flanagan in the back pocket. Not a lot to kick to. Floats it in towards the centre. Terry Danaher attempted to take the mark, couldn't do so. Brownlands tackles Walsh. The loose ball runs past Danaher. Andrew Views comes out, shows a good turn of speed. A hand pass over the top to Morgan. Tackled, breaks the tackle, straightens up and goes long. Will it make the distance, or Van der Haar? No, it runs through for 1 point. So 1 point. Kicked that time by Darren Morgan. (29 to 13). Donnell playing on from full back. It's a long kick. Hawker did a nice piece of shepherding, but Wood couldn't quite get to the mark. It's over the boundary line, a throw-in to take place. Ember's side of the ground, midway between centre wing and half forward flank for Geelong. Geelong trailing by 16 points. Flanagan taps it on. Clark knocks it out. Turner was held. Hawker lost it. Folds backs him up. Puts it forward. A diving attempt by Baker, not successful. Drum, the hand pass to Boss. Boss now puts it long. Straight to Vanderhaar. Vanderhaar putting it out wide. Darcy of Geelong, Dunnell of Essendon. Darcy first there as the siren goes for quarter time, and the scoreboard reads Essendon 4 goals 5, 29 points. Geelong 2 goals 1, 13.
So we go into the second term here at Windy Hill, and it's the home side Essendon leading by 16 points, kicking with the breeze in the second term. And so with that, Kevin Sheedy has asked Paul Salmon to come back out onto the ground and take his position at full forward, and leaving the arena is Leon Baker. And Bobby, with the argument there being the long kick coming down with the breeze, and hopefully Salmon can finish it off.
That's certainly what they'd be hoping for, Sandy, as Watson tapped the ball down, followed it on again, got it out wide. Wood's the player there. Can't quite control it though, and Hocking takes the ball away. Up towards half forward. The call was leave it. So Darcy did, but Essendon taking it forward now. Good play that time as Foles got the ball forward. Phillips now in the centre, on the centre wing. And Geelong going forward by the agency of Drum. Vanderhaar leading out in front. Strong play by Vanderhaar. Now he puts a long kick down the ground, and it's taken by Williams.
He's having a fair day at full back, isn't he?
He's having an excellent day. The whole Essendon backline play well in that first quarter.
Yeah. Williams
dummied the hand pass, and a good tackle by Drum. That was excellent play by Damien Drum. Brownless tapped the ball on, but it's taken by Walsh. This time the hand pass accepted by Mark Thompson. Hooks it across towards half forward. Boss takes it. Had no chance of getting rid of it. And a good decision by umpire Cameron to say he will bounce the ball very close to the point of the centre square.
So, almost down into Essendon's half forward line, as Bobby said. Watson forced to do the ruck work. Flanagan tries to pull his way through, can't do so. Peter Cameron says, come on, Tim, give us the footy and we'll have another go. So they do. Blustery conditions here at the aptly named Windy Hill. Oh, it's another poor bounce. Danaher tries to take it away. Farm forward, still with him, loses it now. Eventually picked up by Boss. Folds in front of Cole. Waiting down is Billy Brownless, has hardly had a touch today. This time gets the hand pass out towards Mick Turner. Turner's kick. Thompson was there backing into it, and we had Vanderhaar coming forward, so they were nowhere known they weren't going to get it. Around Jackson he gets with ease, in towards the centre. No mark taken. Wood sat and waited for it to come. It didn't happen. Now they can receive the hand pass, and it's Ezard clear. A long kick up towards the half forward line. Cleve is there, affects the spoil. Waiting down in front is Morgan. Gets leg, goes to ground, and Peter Cameron says, take a free kick, Darren Morgan.
That's exactly what Morgan will do. As again the breeze holds it up in the air. Almost a great mark by Danaher, but called play on by the umpire. Out wide it comes with Darcy. Punched away by Walsh. Buse first on the scene. Quick hand pass across to Evans. Evans can't quite reach his teammate Cole, and it's put away by Folds. Taken by Darcy. Plays on. The hand pass towards Drum. Breaks the first tackle, hooks it over the shoulder, down towards the forward pocket, and Cole almost took the mark. Couldn't do so. He's still in there, and the free kick has gone the way of Essendon, and it will be taken down there by Kevin Walsh. Walsh getting one in the back. Hand passes wide. Now it's Vanderhaar. A lovely kick by Vanderhaar. Straight towards Hawker. Hawker now steadies. Meant to swing the ball across, but it didn't come back. Bounced just before the boundary line, I do believe, so a throw-in will take place midway between half-forward flank and forward pocket for Essendon.
The Bombers doing the bulk of the attacking in the opening minutes of this term, but unable to put the score on the board. Here's the bounce. Flanagan again wins it. Bright tries a second time to get his way clear, can't do so. Finishes with Neville Bruns. Hawker at centre wing. Long into the half-forward line. Watson in from the side, but Flanagan too much height. Darren Flanagan, that added responsibility carrying on from last year due to the Mossop injury. Cole, a second chance he may receive. Bruns, flattened by Thompson. Clever handball by Thompson to Folds. Good football, finds Daisy Williams, but that was a bad one to Roger Merritt. Morgan in over the top, and Dennis Rich comes in for a bounce. Bottom of the pack was young Stephen Clark. Flanagan taps it over the back. Ezard takes he's in form at the moment, Robert.
He's running hot, isn't he?
Running being the operative word. Out wide. His target was Wood, but Boss across to Cleve is good football, and Geelong are out of trouble again. Down towards the half-back line. Hocking is there. Good body work on that occasion by Brendan Phillips, and eventually Thompson swings it into the half-forward line. The bouncing ball finishes with Flanagan, gets the handball away, and again it will be Christensen who puts them out of trouble. Back towards the centre of the ground. No mark taken. Walsh came through strongly. Brendan Phillips tries to get it back to Walsh, puts him under some pressure, but it'll finish with those two. But no, the umpire said the whistle has sounded, and we'll give the Cats a free kick. Hughes. Good mark to Billy Brownless. Now, if this boy was kicking with the breeze at the moment, it'd just about sail through the middle and over into the next street, but he's not. But he can kick a footy. And that's a fair drop punt into the breeze. At the back is Hawker. Glenn is clear. Oh, does it beautifully. So he gets out of trouble and just pokes it up towards Frank Donnell on the half-back flank.
This is showing a lot of skill, Sandy. Still haven't put a score on the board in this quarter. Geelong applying pressure so far. As Danaher got it across to Wood. He was tackled. Neal is first on the scene. Got one in the back, but called play on by the umpire. Clark is tackled. Wood gets it out. And there'll be a bounce to take place as Harvey couldn't get the ball clear. And a bounce will take place on the half-forward flank for Essendon. Merritt got the ball down. Scrambly play. Harvey puts it forward, straight to the arms of Cleve. Cleve in the last line of defence. Thought about the hand pass. Now he does give it across to Morgan. Morgan towards half-back. Hawker and Evans. Hawker can't trap it before the boundary line, so a throw-in can take place almost on centre wing. On the Essendon side of the centre. Madden got the tap down. Danaher tried to tap it clear. Phillips and Boss, neither player was able to gain possession, and so umpire Dennis Rich will put the ball down. Flanagan gets the tap, taken by Bruns. A kick towards centre wing. Great effort by Hawker, but not paid. The hand pass comes out from Turner to Evans. Evans goes short, looks for Jackson. Kicked off the ground by Van der Haar, and it bounces just before the line. Van der Haar.
Sorry, Roberty.
Thanks, Andy.
From the bounce, we'll throw in, it's Kevin Walsh. Thumps a punt down towards the half-forward line. Flanagan should be played. Done a fair job, Bob.
Yes, he's played well.
4 marks. Bruns, centre wing. Clark on the mark. Jackson, Van der Haar. But I think, well, he's calling play on this time. But I didn't
going to play the free kick to Walsh, Sandy.
Yes. who was in front of Van Der, and there's a good grab by Roger Miller. Prince of Yarrawonga to the half-forward line, Danaher. He's had a busy day so far. This one bottled up on their half-forward. Well, they're not able to break clear, Bob, are they?
No, Geelong have done a fine job, Sandy. And the breeze is not straight down the ground.
Here's the bounce again, Merritt. Kick smothered, that was that of Christensen. Picked up by Brendan Phillips. Across to Tim Watson. Oh, he gets underneath a rainmaker. Izzard waits at the back. Morgan's down in front for Geelong, and it'll be he who clears. The handball out towards Scratcher Neal. Hardly sighted Scratcher so far today. Hocking a chance. Wide, and Darcy takes the mark.
So Tim Darcy elects to hand pass on to Morgan. Busy across that back line in this quarter. Morgan finds Bruns. So Neville Bruns. That's a nice kick from Bruns. Too far for Jackson. Hawker coming across and takes it through for a point. So first score of the quarter. One rush point to Geelong, and we're 10 minutes into the turn.
That's unbelievable, isn't it, really, with Essendon kicking with the breeze, and that's the first score for the turn.
It shows how well Geelong are doing. Should have been a free kick to Buse. Not paid as Turner takes it. Turner hooks it back with the left foot. Morgan's on his own and takes the mark accordingly.
Bob, as that breeze swung round, I'm looking at the flags now, and they're blowing straight into the
I
grandstand.
think it's come across the ground, Sandy, whereas before it was more down the ground. But we did say that during that first quarter it swung around a little bit into the pocket. And bounce to take place. No one able to get the ball clear.
The temperature hasn't risen, I can say that much, Bob.
I can vouch for that too, Sandy. From the bounce. Jackson into the back there of Madden and gives away a free kick. So Simon Madden across to Watson from the square. Watson looks for and finds Walsh. He plays on immediately, breaks the tackle, hooks it over the shoulder. Hocking and Wood. Neither player could trap it. Tapped wide by Merritt. Hocking's first on the scene for Geelong. He's tackled over the boundary line, I think. No, it's still in play. Forced forward for Essendon. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen's kick floats in towards the centre, and that mark must be paid, as we saw Clark stand his ground and take a fine mark. They get a 15-metre penalty now, but he was going to hand pass anyway, so I do not think Damien Drum would mind. Well, another 15-metre penalty, and what was Drum doing wrong?
Not a lot, I thought. He was just defending his goal, but nevertheless, play goes on. Thompson's loose on the half-forward flank, and he takes the mark. Salmon gives him a lead, but he'll ignore it. Swings it in high, but the big fella has got it. And in the meantime, a free kick going to Craig Cleave, playing him. So Craig Cleave, who has the task today of minding Paul Salmon. A number of leads forthcoming, but he elects to go down the middle. Reynoldson's the target, and he finds him on the chest. Had a good first quarter, Steve Reynolson. Swings it back in towards the centre. Van der Haar comes over the top. Thompson waiting down. So too was Clark and Mick Thompson. And off he goes. Down towards Salmon again. Couldn't take the mark. And the back, Daisy Williams, clear. Fires at goal, but is off target.
Van der Haar's in trouble, Sandy.
And at the back, yes, Van der Haar is in strife down here. I just wonder whether he winded himself, or was it a knee, or he's done something to his leg when he came down and took that mark.
Definitely a leg, or a knee or ankle, I'd say, Sandy. He appears to be in a lot of pain. They're calling for the stretcher.
Well, that's tragedy for Essendon, because Vander was playing a blinder. So the stretcher coming out now.
I think the umpires realise, Sandy, otherwise I'm sure they would halt play.
Perhaps they should try and get some vision.
Comes towards them now. Umpire Cameron does see them now and is stopping play as the stretcher comes out to Paul Van der Haar, and he really does look in pain.
Well, that's tremendously bad news. He's had a wonderful start to the year, as he did last year. In fact, selected in the state squad.
Baker getting ready to come on. that Van der Haar was absolutely burning. Let's just hope, Sandy, that he's not.
Oh, let's hope it's
really
not another blooming knee
injury.
or fair dinkum, these cruciates and medials and whatever happens to them nowadays, you can kiss 6 months goodbye. So disappointing. So there's a complete mess out there at the moment with players going everywhere. In fact, you'd almost think it was the end of the game. They've all gathered round, the Essendon boys. Very sympathetic towards Vander's cause. But let us hope that it is just not too serious.
It's not looked good, Sandy, but as you said, let us hope.
So, Kevin Walsh has been given the task on Jacko now. There's a shot, those two knees, and it really doesn't tell us a great deal. Someone will have to drive the ute home for Van tonight, I think. Baker comes on, places him. Now, who's gone down? No, it looks as though Brian Wood has gone down on Mark Jackson.
At the moment, Wood is there, Sandy.
And Walsh coming up on the ball. So we'll just see what happens here at the moment. But I wonder if it'll spur them on. Look at Thompson run across the half-forward line. Steadies with the left foot in towards full forward. Salmon the target, and he's got him. No, he couldn't hold it. Tries to paddle it forward with the left hand. Got it across to his teammate in Daisy Williams, but he couldn't do anything with it. And so a throw-in to take place.
Well, Essendon only scored 1 point for the term, Sandy. And although it's 15 minutes 40 seconds, there must have been about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes while Paul Van der Haar was unfortunately in trouble. Cleve drives it out of the danger zone. Phillips got into the back of his opponent, took the mark though, gives it across to Watson. Watson drives it long, it's swinging back towards the square. There's no mark. No one can get it clear. I think we'll find a bounce to take place. Merritt, looking as though he might have copped one in the back. And a bounce 5 metres out. Merritt taps it down. Flanagan picks it up. Merritt desperately trying to take it off him. Another pack pauses. You can never be critical of the endeavour of Roger Merritt, can you?
No. He's developed into one of the great men for Essendon the last few years. Not only a bullock, but a very skilled one at that. Danaher on all fours. And another bounce to take place. But full credit, Bob, to Geelong for bottling them up.
Really making it hard for them, Sandy. A 16-point margin at quarter time, and it's 16 points at the moment.
And I'll tell you what, if they can go in with not much more than 20 at half-time, it'll make it very interesting in the third term. Bruns has an airy. And what's Roger? He's just meant to do his little drop punt away, but no. Dennis Rhett says we'll have a bounce. It's strangely quiet after that Van der Haar scare. Boss over the top, Hocking. Christensen, Geelong out of trouble.
Nice kick from Christensen. He's looking for Brownless. An awkward bounce for Walsh. Brownless picks the ball up. The hand pass to Darcy, likewise to Drum. Drum goes short to Jackson, and Jackson takes the mark. Mark Jackson, 30 metres out from goal. He is shielded a little bit by the AP Showers Pavilion, the AF Showers Pavilion. And so maybe a chance of scoring. And he puts it through for his first goal.
And a very, very handy one for Geelong in this second term. But although the wind has changed, it does...
it's still favouring the end of which Essendon are kicking, Sandy.
Yep, and they've outscored them in this term.
It's amazing sometimes how teams can play so well against the breeze, and you would imagine they're going to go right on with it, as Jackson and Wood are having a few words.
It certainly put paid to a number of predictions that were floating around, Robert.
As you said, 13 goals.
You said 14. 8,
I said.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Jackson at the back. Tried to tap it on. And it'll be Thompson who'll clear for Essendon. This is Mark Thompson. towards centre wing. Hughes, Watson takes it, gives it across to Mick. Now they're the two landscape gardeners. Off they go again. He gives it across to Ezard. Runs his 15 metres. Long. Clark at the back. Salmon in front. Couldn't take the mark. Neil is there. Who's going to pick it up? No one. They go to ground. Oh, and he's picked out a free kick. Who's sandwiched underneath? Steve Reynoldsson. Is it Clark? Steve Clark kicked one in the first term.
While we're talking of players down that end of the ground, Cleve is doing a good job against the big fellow in salmon.
So Stephen Clark, a chance for his second, and incidentally Essendon's first with this wind advantage in the second term. And his goal. No, he hasn't. Never anticipated. 1-1, Steve Clark. So 4-7. The margin just 11 points. Scratcher Neil. Been pretty quiet. Boot to ball. Banking on getting away from Salmon. He does. Over the head of Watson. Hawker will be the flyer from behind. Can't take the mark. Daisy Williams waits down. Hooks it back in towards half forward. Brendan Phillips takes the lead. Former North Adelaide wingman. Merritt from behind. Bursting through is Baker.
Good mark, Sandy.
Did he hold it long enough?
I believe so. Reynoldsson in towards the centre. Hocking's there.
Playing well, isn't he, Steve Reynolds?
Has played well. Hocking goes across the ground. Bright waiting for it and takes the mark. Amid a little bit of attention from Harvey. Umpire Cameron saying, I think, next time you do that, you might be reported as Brownless takes a nice mark. Terry Danaher now down at centre-half back and Walsh on the forward line. Brownless into the breeze, quite a nice kick, floating around, and a well-judged mark to Hawker. Hand passes to Wood, puts Wood under all sorts of pressure, but he gets out of it with a hand pass to Dunnell. Dunnell's kick drops short, but it's all Geelong. Flanagan takes it, gives it across to Boss, breaks an easy tackle, goes short. It's an awkward one for Bruns. Cole gets the hand pass across. Boss again, Bright. Hand pass from Bright to Cole. Cole steadies, goes towards goal. It's a nice looking kick. 2 goals to Michael Cole.
And the Cats are well and truly in this game at the moment. So a fine performance by Cole to kick his second. He kicked one in the first term. And Geelong sticking with the Bombers here on Sevens Big League. 4-7, plays 4-2, but that wind swinging round. Just who it's favouring now is difficult to tell. Brendan Phillips starting to come into the game. Goes long up to half forward, or Baker almost took a sensational grab. Here's an opportunity now for Clark across to Thompson. Is this the quick reply? The two Thompsons combined. But I think he's hooked it too far. He has. 1 point only. 4-8. 4-2. One straight. No, 4. Yes, one straight kick the difference.
Cleve. A nice kick from fullback. Drum was up high, couldn't take the mark. Ezard first on the scene. The hand pass intercepted by Turner. His hand pass taken by Evans. Evans got push in the back and will take the free kick. So Craig Evans playing his first senior game for Geelong. From centre wing. Favouring the drop punt. Brownless up high. Couldn't take the mark. Put into the back of Danaher, but had his eyes on the ball. So a throw-in will take place as Elshaw comes on and Williams off. Merritt gets the tap down. Ezard cops one too high and will take the free kick. Alan Ezard, the half-back line. Goes short. Hawker. Glenn Hawker now. Back across the ground. Towards centre-half forward. Madden was up high. Couldn't take the mark. Christensen comes out with it. Floats a kick in towards the centre. An awkward bounce for Bruns.
Look out.
Favourable one from Merritt. To Dunnell. To Danaher. And a lovely pass finds Elshaw, who also goes short, and it's Clark. Plays on immediately. Hand pass it forward, called play on by the umpire. Cleave, a hand pass over the top to Neil. Neil back to Christensen, and Geelong get out of trouble as Christensen's kick up towards centre wing. It's an awkward bounce. Well taken by Phillips. Across to Harvey. Harvey steadies and puts the long kick down towards the square where Baker's there. Takes it right on the line. Baker right on the line. He would get a 15-metre penalty, but there's not room for it.
Just a matter of popping boot to ball.
Yes. Baker, a beautiful kick of the football. Looks a little bit groggy from that one. That's for Leon Baker. 6 points the margin at the moment. After this kick, I would imagine it would be 12 points. Right on the goal line. Baker's kick. No mistake about that. Leon Baker brings up his first goal, and Essendon go to 5 goals, 8-40, with Geelong 4-2-26. And Baker does look a little bit sore around the jaw area.
Baker 1, Clark 1, and Merritt 2 for Essendon, and Alan Ezard also a single. While for Geelong, Tim Darcy has 1, Mike Cole has a couple.
Leon
Mark
Baker
Jackson
has
1.
obviously said he's okay. Still a little tender, I think.
It's just, they're all there, Leon. Okay, let's go back for the centre bounce. We're into time on in the second term. Game at the moment, reaching no real height. Flanagan looking for Drum, couldn't find him. Thompson for Essendon. Down towards Watson. Moss through and was tackled too high, so we'll take a free kick. Caught. Play on is the call. He needs support. Christensen tried to get it clear. Well, Clark goes bursting through. He's still going. Traps it nicely. Tried to get the handball away, but Baker fell at the critical time, and Cole is able to pick it up and head towards the boundary line. So a throw in on Essendon's left half forward flank. The Bombers into attack, but unable to break away from Geelong, who are holding them well at the moment. Oh, Roger, you went straight into him in your pink. The big fella's brought back 15. Buse, short. Bruns has it thumped away by Gary Foulds.
I think Baker might be coming off, Sandy.
Yes, well, as you said, Bobby, he did appear to be a little tender. He is, and Daisy Williams is coming on. Ezard, short kick straight onto the boot of Brendan Phillips. He's quickly tackled, loses it. Oh, running into awful trouble was Damien Drum, and he loses it. It'll be Watson to take the kick. 15 metres. Watson's kick down to a very congested forward line. No mark taken. Play on is the call. Merritt picks it up quickly, puts boot to ball. Is this number 3? I think it is. Oh no, just hit the post. So 2 goals, 2 to Roger Merritt. Well, it didn't hit the top of the post. 5-9, plays 4-2 on Sevens Big League.
This time Terry Bright will put the ball back into play as Roger Merritt and Steve Reynolds will wait. Runs naturally with the way the breeze is blowing will come to this side of the ground. Punched away. Boss came in, his kick was smothered off the boot, and a bounce will take place across the half forward line for Essendon. 5-9-39 to 4-2-26. Walsh gets a tap. Clark takes it, loses it. Neil is in underneath. Al Shaw tackled it. And a bounce will take place once again. still across the half-forward line for Essendon. 16 points was the margin at quarter time, 13 points now, as Harvey tries to burst through. Reynolds was there. And again, the windy conditions, the congested play caused a bounce. Walsh tried to take it, does so now. Loses it. A throw, according to the umpire. Personally, I think he's just trying to clear things because it's a little bit harsh on a player who was making the game. Turner's kick, floating in the breeze. Almost a good mark for Phillips. Cole underneath, couldn't get the ball clear. And so this time umpire Dennis Rich will bounce the ball, coming up towards centre wing.
And Bobby approaching the 30-minute mark of this second term, so siren very close. There it is. Half-time here at Windy Hill, and Essendon 5-9-39. Well, they kicked 1 goal for in that term. So we go into the third term here at Windy Hill, and neither side able to break away. Essendon at the moment holding a 13-point lead, but they led at 16 points at quarter time. Flanagan, a chance to put the Cats into attack once again. They've done a pretty good job sticking with the reigning champions down towards the half-forward line, only to see the mark taken by Terry Danner. He had a great first term. In fact, has been in everything. Down towards the centre wing. No mark taken. Brendan Phillips taps it over the back toward Ezard. He's tackled too high and will be free kick.
A little bit fortunate, I think.
Ducked his head, Bob.
Oh, probably not quite, but I think I would have called play on at least.
Just at half-forward line. He's played well too, Bob, hasn't he?
Oh, it's the best game I've seen Reynolds from a long while, as Bright puts in a shocker. Poor kick. Phillips, very quick to hand pass. He's played a good game, Sandy. Elshaw takes it. Watson gets past the tackle. Nice kick from Watson, straight up, and Reynolds takes another well-judged mark. No, it's Flanagan, I'm sorry. Darren Flanagan. In towards the centre. Drum couldn't take the mark, taps it on. Good play, Damien Drum. Darcy taps it forward again. Lenahan comes in to take it. Goes for the short pass. Not a well-directed kick, and Folds intercepts. Hand passes wide. Michael Thompson is there. Mark Thompson, I should say. And Flanagan once again in the way. So Darren Flanagan, he too's played well, Sandy.
Yes, done a sterling
lovely
job.
kick. Groundless, nice mark.
Now let's have a look at this kick, Bob, because we saw down at Geelong he can thump a ball.
We might find which way the wind is blowing this time, Sandy.
Let's see what he does. Billy Brownless. Oh, it's a flat-looking punt in towards the square. Walsh in front of Jackson, no mark taken. The ball kept in play. Thrown into the square. Bright is there. Did he get pushed or over the line? Kept in play. No, so play on is the call. Hocking close to the line, and it is out of bounds.
I would have played that free kick to Terry Bright, Sandy.
Yep. Well, the umpire's in a far better position than us. Call play on. Jackson out for that ruck work. No one able to get it away cleanly, and it really is a mess down there. Players everywhere. Brownless this time up against Madden. Elshaw. Used it as an interchange player, but his services required pretty early in the game today. Thompson to ground. Jackson over the top. And another ball. So a bit of a stalemate at the moment. But full credit to Geelong, bottling up Essendon, not allowing them to get clear. Still anyone's game. Madden to Danner. Two of the great names at Windy Hill. Merritt, another one. Should have held that, Roger. Reynolds is having a great day. Drum taps it on cleverly to Boss, and Boss goes short to Turner. Between centre and half forward. Should go long. Oh, and he does with a thumping torpedo punt kick. Brownless at the back, couldn't take the mark. Kept in play by Walsh. A hurried kick, but no, it's not kept in play. In fact, obviously took the kick as he was pushed over the line, and so another throw-in will take place just 10 metres round from that scoring zone.
Geelong have done pretty well, Sandy. 13 points the margin. They've really taking it up to Essendon. Jackson throws it forward, taken by Lenahan. Good play by Jackson to get it down to Lenahan, and 1 point the result. And Michael Lenahan came onto the ground at half-time. A couple of possessions so far. And Lenahan standing there on the mark. As Folds brings the ball back. That's a nice kick. Tapped down by Flanagan. Harvey can't get it clear. Drum, a nice hand pass across to Bright. Bright steadies, goes in towards the goal square. Tapped through by Wood. So one rush point to Geelong. Folds goes short. Nice mark taken by Thompson. Mark Thompson, that is. Hand pass on to Michael Thompson. Over the top of the hand pass to Wood. Wood breaking away from half-back. Has the chance to steady. It's a nice kick towards half-forward. Reynolds in front takes another well-judged mark. Play on because Geelong were racing away through Neil. Neil long looking for Jackson, but Walsh got the front position. Took the mark. Hand passes across to Thompson. Out to Wood. Wood slips. Hand passes forward when he was tackled by Brownless. Kicked off the ground for Geelong. Over the boundary line it goes. Straight out the foot. Or was he paid holding the man? It looks as though Michael Thompson is going to take the kick anyway.
Yes, Thompson on the half-back flank. Can go short to Folds. Hasn't got anyone within cooey of him at half-back. Longer in towards the centre. Well, plenty of flyers. Roger Merritt tries to push Scratcher Neal out the way, then give it to Ezard. Difficult though because Bruns intercepts. Morgan in the centre of the ground. Looking for the player going past. Finds him in Drum. Cole just about set him up. He sneaks away. Dodges and twists beautifully away from Thompson. A long kick by Cole in towards a vacant full forward zone, but there's no one home and it rushes over behind. So another point. They're doing all the attacking though, Bob.
They certainly are, Sandy.
5-9 plays 4-5. 10 points the difference. Back into play once again. First to recover was Morgan. Now an opportunity for Drum. In fact, it was Evans who got it across to Drum. Drum went short to Cole.
10.5 metres.
Oh, good interception there by Clark. Evans over the top once again. Messy football. Bright models it up.
Two Essendon players down, Sandy.
And, well, one is Clark. And who's further up the field? Daisy Williams, it could be. We'll wait and see. I'll keep an eye on them, Bob. But injury worries because Van der Haar's out.
Could be Harvey, I think, Sandy.
Right, another one of the blonde bombers. Nevertheless, we'll wait and see as Thompson picks it up. Clears for Essendon, down towards the half-back line. Here's an opportunity for Boss, the boundary line, too close.
Harvey it was, he's up and moving around, Sandy.
He's just got a slight, obviously a slight problem with that right foot, and Clark is also up, but certainly not 100%. Flanagan and Madden, won by the latter, taken by Brendan Phillips. Well, he tried to get boot to ball, too slow, said the umpire.
So Hocking now, towards half forward. Danaher and Brownless. Brownless tried to grab it the second time. Morgan, Hawker. Hawker does well, can't get the ball, now he gets it out with a hand pass. Brownless tackles Folds. I don't think Folds had any chance of getting rid of it though. It's a kick to Brownless who goes across the ground towards Cole, and Michael Cole now has it. Got two players in short, but I think he might elect to go the shot from there. That was the aid of the breeze over the shoulder. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 so far. Won't make the distance, it's swinging back into the square. Quick snap by Evans. I think that would be his first goal in senior football, Sandy, as Craig Evans snapped it from the square. Great effort by the youngster, and he's been solid in his work today.
And it brings the Cats to within one straight kick now of Essendon. 5-9 plays 5-5 on Sevens Big League, and the Cats are not letting Essendon get away. We're back in the middle. The Bombers hit hard, hit by injury. Van der Haar will take no further part in the game. Harvey went down, Clark went down. They're both still on the ground. From the centre bounce once again. Can Geelong get the momentum going again as Drum gives it to Bruns down towards Jackson, who's waiting at the back. Here's young Evans again if he's got the pace. But no, the boundary line is too close and Gary Folds defensively takes it over.
So throw in. Midway between half forward and half back. As Salmon comes down the ground. Going down towards the defensive square.
Jackson free kick.
Salmon onto the ball. Sandy is Jackson now. Runs around his man. Plays on. It's a nice looking kick from Jackson. It's a goal!
And Geelong are in front. The Cats hit the front at Windy Hill.
Well, Mark Jackson, I think, realising that he probably would not make the distance, did well to dummy, run around his opponent, gain the extra 10 metres and put it through the centre. An excellent goal, and Geelong 40 points, Essendon 39.
And if my memory serves me correctly...
Can't be right, Sandy.
No, 39-41, Bob.
I'm looking at the board, that's all.
I don't think Essendon have been beaten here since Footscray in 84. Still plenty of time left yet, however. Let's not write them off. As we're from the centre bounce and Thompson sets the Bombers going down towards Brendan Phillips, traps it beautifully, dummies nicely, steadies, fires long in towards full forward. Daisy Williams couldn't take the mark. Izzard waiting
kick,
down,
Sandy.
but
Against
a
Williams.
push in the back. Well, he certainly got up high enough. It's gone against him.
Christensen with the kick. Merritt coming across. It's punched away from Merritt. Taken by Turner. Turner now being told by Damien Drum that he was clear, and now he puts a long floating kick forward. Punched away by Folds. Picked up by Hawker. Hawker now with the left foot kick up towards half forward. Reynoldsson couldn't take it. Tapped away by Merritt. Picked up by Michael Thompson. Goes up towards the square. Matt Williams is there. Right on the line. Did he play on or not?
No. Umpire's giving it to him, Robert. You think he did?
I thought he might have, Sandy.
Peter Cameron has decided he didn't. So it's a chance for Essendon to regain the lead. 15 metres out. He goals. And the Bombers are back in front by 4 points on Sevens' big lead. 6-9 plays 6-5. Daisy Williams kicks his first.
Salmon now in the ruck against Flanagan, who's done quite well. Madden at full forward. On the bounce. Flanagan with a big fist, worth a kick. Lenahan comes across, couldn't quite take it. It's picked up by Thompson. Punched away there by Flanagan. It's a chance for Brownless. The hand pass to Lenahan. Lenahan straightens up and goes goal, and it's swinging back, and Geelong are in front again.
Oh, that's great football from the Cats, and great football from Darren Flanagan.
Certainly was, Sandy. And young Brownless in the thick of things too, with a nice little hand pass. And Flanagan really got that out of the centre and then went on after it down the ground. And Geelong looking good at the moment. A 2-point margin over Essendon.
Centre bounce once again. Essendon fans subdued. Geelong fans stunned but delighted. Salmon wins the tap. Donnell tries to get it forward. Now Essendon have been able to answer. Can they this time? No, because Cole goes long up towards the half-forward line. No mark is taken. Lenahan's waiting down. Folds is with him. Nipping in, trying to... Well, did he pick it up? Darcy still attempting to. Has support now, close to the boundary line, but still kept in play. Here they go again, long up towards full forward, but well off target. And the ball rolls out of bounds in that right forward pocket.
Geelong applying a lot of pressure. Lenahan has made a big difference, Sandy.
Yes, plenty of zip, plenty of pace. And the Cats really clawing away. Here's the throw-in, right forward pocket. Another one here would make it terribly interesting. Folds as opposed to Morgan. It's Folds who wins out. their most prolific possession winner last year, but that was a poorly directed kick. And Geelong looking good at the moment as they go down towards full forward. Brownless went up far too early. Danaher will clear, and Essendon will get out of trouble. Through Brendan Phillips, 2 bounces. He's down towards centre wing. Merritt went to do the shepherding work, but it wasn't required. Christensen blocks, caught, Madden clear, Elshaw picks it up now, shoots in towards goal and puts it through. So the Bombers answering the challenge with Tony Elshaw scoring his first.
Yes, young Christensen, he thought he had a little bit more time, and he was well tackled by Williams, and that really was the piece of play that set up the goal. So, perfect example of forwards have to work just as hard.
Centre bounce once again. Good game this term. Goal for goal. Salmon. Merritt in strongly. Watson tried to tap it clear. Hocking gets the handball out, but who's going to take it away? Thompson nipped in nicely. Was held while it's not in possession. And he'll take the free kick. So Mick Thompson across to Mark. Long. In towards full forward. There's a brawl on down there in the square, although they're probably just exchanging addresses. One never really knows nowadays. Simon Madden and someone down there. Now what is going on? Don't tell me he's lost his contact lenses.
Certainly not settling down.
Madden and Flanagan and Merritt have come in. Roger says perhaps a weekend at Yarrawonga will do you the world of good.
No harm done, I don't think, Sandy.
None whatsoever.
It's unusual to see Simon Madden as
It's
animated as that.
still having a bit of a chat too. Nevertheless, where are we? Play's going to go on. Madden back in the square now. Paul Salmon, forward of centre, and he'll get it down to him. There's no doubt about that if he goes long, which he does. Madden and Clark, and it's gone against Madden. Well, I suppose that's one way of clearing it out, Robert.
I think so, Sandy. And it's Flanagan, who's played an excellent game for Geelong. Floats the kick forward, straight into the arms of the opposition. Poor kick, but in these conditions, that's what happens sometimes. And Mark Harvey. Harvey's kick, a well-placed kick towards the square. Madden up, down before acceptances. Diving in there was Clark. Turner's there with him. And Roger Merritt saying, well done to the little fella. That was Williams, not Clark. Big pack around the bounce. Madden got the tap. Bright puts it out of the danger area. Drum tapped it on. Takes it well. Good play, Damien Drum. A lovely hand pass. Not quite taken by Turner, but he recovers well to get the ball clear. Has time for a bounce. Now puts the ball long down the ground looking for Jackson. Jackson there with Walsh. Walsh wins out, but no mark. Hand passes on to Foles. An awkward one for Foles, but he takes it, puts it short. Dropped by Elshaw, but he'll get the free kick. Held when not in possession. So Elshaw across the half-back line. Hand pass over the top. Wood. The kick from Brian Wood. A high one. Over the top came Harvey. No mark. Tap back from through the legs by Flanagan. It's picked up by Watson. Watson now in towards half forward. Hocking came across. Couldn't take it. Cleve is there for Geelong. Cleve's kick. Long in towards the centre, but it's all Essendon. Salmon there on his own. Hooks it short. Good play by Salmon. He saw Hawker. Hawker now get pushed. Evans did well though. Nonetheless, he'll give away a free kick. He had to try and do something. It was better to give away the free kick than just let him go on. Hawker now goes short. A good mark taken down there. An excellent mark by Clark.
Fine bob, isn't it?
Pardon, Sandy?
Is it fine?
He certainly is. busy trio. Clark, Ezard, Williams. And Stephen Clark. He's hooked it. Out of bounds on the foot.
Gone the long way, though.
Those things happen.
So back into play once again. Lenahan.
He's been paid the mark.
Yep.
He's done well in this term since coming on at half-time.
My word.
5 points the margin in favour of Essendon.
Lenahan's kick up towards centre wing. Merritt from behind, trying to affect the spoil. I don't think got a touch to it. Nevertheless, folds at the back, gives it across to Salmon. He's virtually working as a link man across that centre area at the moment. Dunnell caught. He's eventually scooting out the clear. Short, down towards Evans. Oh, great effort. And the ball, well, they couldn't ping him for holding the ball there. It was a valiant attempt to meet it on the half volley. And then Phillips and Hawker just bottled him up. So the bounce again. Flanagan. Phillips unceremoniously dumped at his head. Drum, sweeping handball. Here's a chance now. Turner, too slow as Mick Thompson claims him. Not before he gets it across to Bright. Trips at the critical stage. Back to Turner, who cleverly followed play down. He'll have a shot. Long in towards full forward, and Mark Thompson just gets hands the ball and one for a go. I tell you what, they're throwing everything at them, Bobby, the Cats.
You must admire the way Geelong are going about their game at the moment, Sandy.
The kick back into play once again. Merritt will be the target. Shepherding saw him clear. The Dodgers going for a run round the members. Gives it across to Glenn Hawker. The Northern Farmers combining. To half forward, Madden. Well, there's running everywhere down in that forward zone. He puts up a drop punt. No mark taken. Who's waiting down? Darren Williams was, couldn't take it. And eventually Geelong's Craig Cleve clears out towards that half-back line. Lenahan again, short out in front of Turner, but Thompson's waiting at the back this time and has got his measure. Thompson's hand pass put pressure on Wood and he gets clobbered. Play on is the call. Free kick down the ground. Watson takes it, just chips away towards half-forward. Now an opportunity for Harvey. Harvey long to goal and has put it through. Great goal by Mark Harvey and the Bombers back in business once again.
An excellent goal by Harvey. It would have been a free kick to Wood. The umpire had paid it, but when Watson picked it up, they allowed the advantage rule, and they've both been very consistent with that advantage rule today. Both teams have been allowed to play on, and that time it proved very effective for the Essendon side with Harvey kicking a beautiful goal. Centre bounce. There's the board, 58 to 48. 10 points the margin. Salmon gets the tap. Morgan first on the scene for Geelong. Can't win it though, it's taken away by Merritt. Across to Elshaw, over the top towards Clark. Intercepted by Williams. Williams straightens up, goes towards goal, but he's offline, and 1 point the result. Darren Williams has kicked 1 goal, 2. An 11-point margin. 8-11 to 7-6. Still anybody's game, Sandy.
My word.
Geelong really played well.
11-point margin.
We've got 2 balls out there now.
And Geelong preparing to make a change. Looks like Darren Morgan hobbling from the ground. And replacing him will be Andrew Buse. Back on now. And they're having a discussion over the footies.
Danger here as Watson punches it away. Clark swoops on the ball. Thought about the hand pass, elects to go with the left foot now. And I called it danger, Sandy.
You're spot on for Geelong. Very dangerous. 1 goal and the margin is opened up.
No, it's just that was something that Geelong could not afford at this stage, particularly from that end of the ground. You can kick the ball almost to the centre. Good play by Watson, who came across the top.
And Bob Skilton is laughing because I forgot to reset the clock, and this quarter has been playing 1 hour and 15 minutes. All right, Robert, just because you always
Peter
forget.
Lanier will be very happy with that.
Here's the centre bounce once again. Certainly is a long corner. From the middle. Drum trying to paddle it forward. Rips Elshaw off the ball. Still there trying desperately, Damien. And he's been pinged. Well, he was the only one really trying his heart out.
That's criminal.
So it'll be Harvey, Mark Harvey, to give it across to Brendan Phillips, who gives it back to Mark Harvey. And they're out of the centre at last. Down towards half forward. No mark taken. An opportunity, no. Cleave, caught, very well tackled. Umpire calls play on for the moment. Plenty of pressure on down in that forward zone. Eventually Neil gets it out to Flanagan, across to Turner. Swings round onto the left foot, long towards the centre wing. Salmon too much height. Oh, and he plays straight on. That's his pass to Danaher, waiting in the middle. Terry Danaher's got Hawker loose across right half forward, almost down to half forward. He's got Elshaw if he wants him. He has, and he'll fire in towards goal. Is a long kick. It's a great kick for goal, and the Bombers are alive. Taken them a long time to break clear, but in the last 5 minutes they've done just that. Tony Elshaw, coming off the interchange bench, scores his second for the term. And Essendon start to open up. Just a little bit of breathing space here at Windy Hill.
Glenn Hawker's cut to the pieces out here in this bit of play too, Sandy.
10-11 to 7-6, Bob.
Wouldn't most sides like to be able to put their full forward into the ruck and have the marking power that Salmon is around the ground. From the ruck. Salmon wins the tap. Can't get it clear. Not a real clear tap. Bruns tried to get the ball out. Picked up by Salmon. His hand pass intercepted. Flanagan tried to kick the ball off the ground. So too Hawker. And a bounce will take place. A bounce coming out towards the centre square line from the centre circle. Many players around this bounce. Flanagan up, but Salmon gets it. It's taken by Harvey. Harvey's floating kick towards half forward. Izzard, a great mark, excellent mark in these windy conditions. Alan Izzard goes for the short pass, looks for Madden. A beautiful kick from Izzard, a lovely lead from Madden, and now the chance of another score. And it's not. Essendon in only about 4 minutes of play. And there's Madden's kick. 1 point only the result.
Of course, the Bombers, Bobby, going for their 16th consecutive win out here at Windy Hill. The last time they were beaten was by Footscray back in 1984. So Terry Bright to bring the ball back into play for the Cats. Straight down the middle, Flanagan the target. Salmon at the back, affects the spoil, just pushes it down in front. Harvey tries to tap it out, almost effective. Out wide, now an opportunity for Geelong through Craig Evans. He's under a ton of pressure, but he's performed pretty well today. Turner and Donnell now. Turner, too good. Shrugs clear of Brendan Phillips. Goes into the centre. Hawker, time to steady and break away. Phillips again, he's had a pretty good game today, Brendan Phillips. Short to Thompson. So Mick Thompson, intent upon firing in towards goal, using a drop puck, won't make the distance into the square. Bruns waits down, lets half the traffic go past, and just dobs one to the half-back line blindly though, because Thompson and Foles could have grabbed it. And it was the latter who took it. Merritt, great mark by the Dodger. One of the Bombers' favourite sons.
Well, what a change has come over the game, Sandy.
Hasn't taken long, has it? 10 minutes. And Roger Merritt is intent upon putting more of a gap between those two sides. He's kicked two.
Only two players on the Geelong side of the centre.
He's kicked three. And Essendon starting to show their ascendancy at last. Roger This is thanks to Frank Linnell. The Essendon flags go up and the Bombers move to 11-12, 78. 30-point break over Geelong, 7-6-48 on Sevens. Big lead.
Only seems moments ago that Geelong were just in front.
How quickly our time clock goes, Bob.
Here's the board, 78-48. Madden gets the tap down. Harvey knocks it on towards Merritt. Picked up by Dunnell. Puts it wide to Hawker. Hawker with a hand pass over the top towards Harvey. Harvey traps it beautifully. Across to Watson. Watson with a high kick. Merritt, Madden. Neal comes away with it. Floats the kick out. Awkward one to mark, but Hocking did well. Hocking now across towards the centre. Drummer's there, can't quite reach it. Comes back to the big fellow in Salmon, who made no attempt to grab it. Just tapped it on to Michael Thompson. Neal in the way, though, takes a timely mark. So Robert Neal. From centre half back. A short player, so he has to go long. Darcy was there. Foles gives a hand pass to Wood. An awkward one to mark. Reynoldson, a good effort. Stephen Reynoldson. Nice kick from Reynoldson to centre half forward. Brownless at the back. Linehan tries to draw them up to give the hand pass across to Turner. Turner taps it on. Ezard's with him and taps it over the boundary line. Great defensive work by Alan Ezard. And so we'll find a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket for Geelong. Jackson competing with Salmon. Snap towards goal. Out of bounds on the full. And so Hawker's down there. He can come straight out. No, it's a point. Sorry.
Very close to siren time, Robert, in this third term. 29 points the margin, favouring the home side Essendon. Walsh in front is captain Terry Dapper. Down towards centre wing, Roger Merritt's played a winning quarter of football, and there's a great mark. Short, in towards half forward. Madden got up high, couldn't take the mark, and we'll see a bounce between centre and half forward. Essendon by 29 points. Flanagan's tried his heart out up against Madden on that occasion. Elshaw heading for goal and hits the post.
Good play by Donnell, Sandy.
Yep. So once again the margin of 30 points. A number of Geelong players have certainly quietened down in this third term as some of the Essendon machine have responded to oiling. Danaher, good smother, picks it up nicely, almost on the half volley, then beautifully back to Hawker, who just chips away to Ezard on the centre line. He goes longer, up towards half forward. Buse, backing, takes a good kick. Andrew Buse, back towards centre wing, but who's he got to kick to? Well, there's three of them there. Poor old Billy Brownless is on his own, and two of them muck it up, Danaher and Salmon. But I think they'll combine to get out of it. In fact, I'm sure they will. Danaher beautifully to Foles. To the half-forward line, the run starts here, but no, the siren has sounded as Brian Wood was charging down the half-forward line. And at three-quarter time, Essendon lead 11-13, 79, leading Geelong 7-7, 49. The Bombers go into the final term here at Windy Hill, looking for their 16th consecutive win at home to make a new record. Last time they were beaten was by the Bulldogs in 1984. And here's a great chance for them to open up into the final term as Clark goes steaming into the open goal and pops it through for a point.
Shanahan pass over the top, Sandy.
Perhaps he should have.
He probably says that himself now.
11-14 to 7-7. Wind's been pretty tricky here today. It's in a way blustered across the ground, and no one end has really dominated scoring. to any huge extent, although, of course, as we call for a new football,
It's coming back now, Sandy.
Essendon did open it up with 6 goals, Bobby, in that third quarter.
So when they cut loose, they just turned it from an excellent close contest into a one-horse race.
Bruns twists out of trouble nicely, kicks back towards centre wing. Danaher in front, takes a good one. Certainly done his job today. Gets underneath the drop punt. No mark taken. Ezard taps it cleverly onto Elshaw, who goes goalwards with a big drop punt. Close, but just off target again. Another point goes on the board. 81 plays 49 with the second minute of this final term. Geelong are going to have to do something smartly and pretty dramatic. They're going to get back into this. Madden spoils Reynolds. Scratch O'Neill has been quiet. Gives it across to Michael Turner from half back. Goes across the centre of the ground, but Danaher used the body in a delightful fashion to take an easy mark.
Danaher hand passes on to Watson. He does the same thing, goes towards Foulds. Foulds has got Walsh out wide, centre half back. Walsh puts it out towards Harvey on the wing, traps it well. Hand pass over the top, puts Dunnell under pressure, but he's able to tap it on. Wood coming through to lend support from the half-forward flank. He swings it across towards centre half-forward, and Ezard takes the easy chest mark. Alan Ezard. 1 goal to his credit. Chance of a score here because he's got the aid of the breeze, but not an easy one from there because it's coming across. Now, Ezard's kick. That's what's happened. It's swung across and through for 1 point. 11 goals, 16, 82 points to 7-7-49 as Robert Neal prepares to bring the ball back into play.
And he no doubt will come the members' side, which makes it a little more difficult for Essendon to score. Doesn't stop Elshaw though as he powers one back into full forward. At the back is Clark. Can't get a second grab as Scratch O'Neill sees it over the line to be rushed for another behind. So they're doing all the attacking. Terry Bright this time does go out to that outer side and finds Cole. 83 plays 49, 11-17 to 7-7. Salmon late on the scene. The crumbs gatherer was Ezard, kept in play however by Hocking. Shrugs 2 tackles nicely back towards centre wing. Folds, good grab over the top, and he has most certainly been in good form so far this season. It's his 16th kick, and here they go. Watson to half forward. Clark, Daisy Williams at the bottom of the pack. And he gets up having a chat to his Geelong opponent after it was decided a bounce would take place.
Bounce 25 metres out from the Essendon goal. Merritt up high, thumped the ball forward, picked up by Bright, taken by Reynoldson. Reynoldson will draw Elshaw to him and then give it across to Turner. Turner now looking for Brownless. Great one-hander by Bill Brownless. And he got one from Hawker. Nothing nasty in it all, just a nice little tap. Brownless puts it high. Essendon crowd delighted. We find the mark taken by Walsh. What an improved player Kevin Walsh is. Kevin Sheedy's always had confidence in Walsh, and he certainly hasn't let him down. Danaher. Danaher goes wide. Wood coming streaming down the ground.
Looking
and
dangerous
passing on
now.
to Phillips. Phillips has plenty of time to steady and go long towards goal. It's a nice kick, but it hits the post. Bretton Phillips, and that's the post that he hit. There's Darren Morgan. Puts it towards the wing. Evans in the front position. Hawker punches it away. Bruns comes on the scene. Brownless dies but can't take it. Danaher bundled out of the way. Lenehan then can't get it. Foulds taps towards the boundary line. Lenehan can't trap it before it goes over. So a throw-in to take place. Half forward flank for Geelong. There's Gary Foulds. Comes back towards play. From the throw-in, Salmon pushed out by Brownless and will take the free kick. So Paul Salmon. Favours the drop punt. Over the top comes Christensen. Thumps the ball back. Watson coming through. Just bursts through. Shows a good turn of speed and a lovely kick from Watson. Long down the ground. Swooping on the ball is Ezard. Can he trap it? Coming through. Kicking it off the ground is Williams. It's not one, it's the other.
Dates is delighted. I don't think he'd be sure if he dobbed it or not.
Essendon fans don't mind. They don't care whether it's Alan Ezard, Stephen Clark or Dazzy Williams.
So the Essendon flag's starting to fly now. The bomber machine starting to really roll. Back in the middle once again. Salmon, who I think has enjoyed this little run on the ball. Bruns, a high kick, gathers little distance. Thompson, Turner over the back. Out wide. Now an opportunity for Thompson again. This is Mark. In towards full forward. No mark taken. Who's waiting down? The crumb gatherers. They're all there. Williams, Ezard, Clark. It's Ezard's kick that's smothered. And Daisy Williams sees it over the line. 7.5 minutes played. Final term. Essendon maintaining control. Madden. Ezard again. Or Frank Donnell went through his hands. Mark Boss towards the boundary line. Elshaw is there too, and it beats them over. So another throw in to take place, this time in Essendon's right forward pocket. Madden and Flanagan. Cleve was there also. Boss, a chance to clear. Hurriedly, boot to ball. Well picked up by Brendan Phillips. Tackled solidly. Loses it, but he does have support. And there's a mighty punt. He's goal, young Stephen Clark.
Great goal, that one, Sam.
Oh, what a kick.
Good play by Phillips, though.
Yes, he persisted. It's a great performance by Clark. That's his third goal. And Essendon's 13th. So 2 quick goals in this last quarter, and the Bombers are well clear.
Certainly are. 57 points. Salmon gets it down. Drum can't quite get it clear. Tries to get it out. Thompson comes through. Long hand pass from Thompson. He's looking for Merritt. It's Merritt and Reynoldsson. Merritt taps it back, goes after it again. A quick hand pass towards Wood. Good play onto Phillips. Dummies tackle. Gets a hand pass to Ezard though. A snap from Ezard is across the face of goal and I think out of bounds on the full. So a Geelong free kick will be taken by Mark Boss.
Jackson leaving the ground, I believe. And his place will be taken by Michael Schultz.
Great goal to Essendon. Merritt bringing up.
Merritt or Williams?
Merritt got it through to Williams, I think.
Well, the scoreline shows 14-18 to 7-7. I know the crowd were more interested in watching Jacko leave the
Merritt
arena.
got the ball through to Williams, I think, Sandy.
Right. So Darren Williams kicks his third goal. And Essendon starting to coast. Don't they look dangerous when they do start running? 14-18 to 7-7. Here they go again out of the middle. Merritt again. 3 goals in 3 minutes. Is it going to continue as he blasts it up to the half-forward line? Madden comes out. Cleve is there trying to defend stoutly for Geelong. And Peter Cameron will come in and decide upon a bounce. But they move it down there so quickly. First half, they were blocked. Full credit to Geelong. They stopped them getting away. But in the second half, they've been able to. Neil to Bright, out to the half-back line. Hawker and Evans. Hawker gives away a free. Bellwell's not in possession, and the advantage paid here is Lenahan, who certainly added some bite when he came onto the ground. Gives it across to Drum, back to Lenahan. Lenahan's long kick down towards the half-forward line. Brownless beaten by the far more experienced Danner. Watson has had a fair second, well, brilliant second half. He may only consider it fair because he's a perfectionist, but he scored on that occasion. Tried to get it out to Brendan Phillips, wasn't to be. Watson in there once again, still in there trying to farm it out. And eventually Dennis Rick says, gentlemen, let's have a bounce. Come on, Tim. You're getting tired. .102 plays 49. Salmon a mighty thump wide. It's where they like it, where they can run it. Clark just overran it on that occasion, and Lenahan was able to chip in with a short left foot kick that gathered 30 metres and then went over the line and out of bounds.
53 points, the margin in favour of Essendon. The small scoreboard in the background. 14-18 to 7-7. And Salmon from behind, punches it wide. Taken by Hocking, a hand pass to Bruns. Bruns kick, finds Morgan, but he couldn't take the mark. The hand pass comes from Hawker, who was looking for Danaher. Intercepting is Darcy. He should get the free kick. Pushing the back. Brown was picking it up. The free kick had been paid. So Tim Darcy. Will not be an easy shot. He's kicked one. He's from centre half forward. The lead coming from Flanagan. Out in front, and Flanagan takes a nice mark after a good pass. It's a far more acute angle though, Sandy.
Yes, it's made it tough for the big fella. Particularly from that pocket. It'll be interesting to see if he gets any shelter from the stand. He's kicking towards, and he's drifted it right across the face of goal and thumped through defensively for one behind. 52 points, the margin, favouring Essendon. Out to the outer side once again. Ezard it begins with. Wood is the target. Centre wing. Darcy on his hammer. Saying, I want as much room as I can get. So he does. Down towards Merritt, who's got better as the game's progressed. A quick handball across to Clark, who fires at goal, but across the face and 1 point only again. 53 points once again is the mark.
All of those small players, Sandy, have cut Geelong to pieces since half-time, haven't they?
Yes. Clark, Ezard, Williams.
Elshaw.
Yep. Since he came on, been most damaging.
Neil now towards half-back. Merritt coming over the top. Phillips picks it up. Caught one too high, but goes on with it. Hocking tackle, loses it, and he's penalised accordingly. So it's Michael Thompson. A good player for Essendon. Thompson's kick. Looks for Madden. Couldn't take the mark. It was up high, brought the ball down. Didn't actually bring it down. Came straight out. And, over the boundary line it goes. And so Madden now will compete for the ruck against Schultz. Bruns takes it. Hand pass it clear. And dives in after it again. Causes a bounce to take place. So this time the bounce on the half-forward line for Essendon. With Essendon 103, Geelong 50. A 53-point margin. 15 minutes into the final term. Neil Turner, I should say, picks it up. Brownless from behind, juggles it, called play on by the umpire. I would have paid it personally, Sandy. But Danaher comes out with it anyway. A hand pass to Watson.
Oh, look at the toe.
And brilliance of Watson down towards the square. Cleve comes out with it, goes short. A little bit too far for Neil. Recovers with it. Lenahan misses a sitter. Lenahan taps it forward. Christensen. Hand passes on to Neil. The free kick coming back to Lenahan. This time they didn't allow the advantage rule, and it's penalised the side.
So Lenahan on half-back flank. In towards the centre. Ezard, a hurried kick. Thompson charging at the ball. So too was Reynoldsson. And Peter Cameron decides upon a bounce as Steve Reynoldsson gets a pat on the back for his endeavours. Schultz couldn't take it away. Thompson can for Essendon. That's Mick. Harvey. Towards full forward, the bounce. Cleve, who's tried his heart out today. Play on as the call. Williams across to Merritt. Well tackled, tries to get it away again. Bright is going to be free kicked. And the umpire said, hell, while it's not in possession. So Terry Bright. Come out to Bruns. Frank Donnell. Forgot about the footy momentarily.
Donnell's exact thoughts were, well, he's going to mark it anyway.
I'll have to stop him and not the ball. So, Bruns from halfback to centre wing in a ball that just sits in the air, but Salmon takes it effortlessly. A loose handball. He was looking for Thompson, put him under too much pressure. Drum puts Lenahan under the equal pressure, but he's going to get out of it with a free kick. And Drum wanted to scoot away with it, but umpire Rich says no, go back and take your kick. So Lenahan has certainly done his bit since coming onto the ground, but once again it's the height of Salmon that is the telling factor. To Brian Wood. Lenahan affects the spoil, straight down to the running Watson, who can receive it again from Roger Merritt. Thank you, he says, and Timmy will steady. Fire in towards full forward, and the mark is taken at full forward by Frank Donnell. Well, he's certainly enjoyed this second half, Tim Watson, hasn't he?
He cuts them to pieces once he sets it alight.
Oh, gee, he's alight today. Donnell certainly hasn't figured prominently amongst the goal scoring of Essendon in recent years. Has a chance to post his first today. There's the kick from Frank, and he's done it. He'd be delighted. So Donnell scores his first, and Essendon's 15. 15-19, 109, a 59-point break over the Cats. 7-8, 50 on Sevens, big lead.
15 minutes into the third quarter, Sandy, there was only 4 points of difference. It's hard to believe the way things were going. Geelong were doing extremely well at that stage, and all of a sudden the Essendon machine said go. Alshaw's kick. Back
another one.
Williams across to Clark. The goal coming up. In goes Clark. 4 goals to Clark. Great teamwork between Williams and Clark. And these players have just cut them to pieces. They had good support though. You could say the change came over the game almost from the moment that Salmon went into the ruck.
Yes, Salmon into the ruck, Madden down into that...
It hasn't just been Salmon, but he has taken some telling marks around the ground.
My word, he has. Madden went down into the forward zone. Here's the centre bounce once again. We're into the 20th minute of the final term. Salmon out wide once again. Cole gets a hurried kick down towards Billy Brownless. He's certainly met his match today, but it's a learning process for him. Turner flicks back onto the left foot down towards Flanagan. That was his target, but beating him on this occasion is the ever-reliable Gary Foulds, affectionately known as the Vault. To half-back, Ezard, the runners. Set it up again for the Bombers. Down towards Merritt, who just uses his bolt. Neal tries to paddle it forward away from Harvey. Brendan Phillips affects the tackle, gets it close to the boundary line. Clark keeps it in play, gives it across to Harvey. Harvey's got Madden there, but he says, no, I'd like a shot myself if you don't mind. I'd like to goal, and he does. Too easy for the Bombers now. They're just racing away on Sevens Big League. 17-19, 121. Geelong is 7-8, 50.
Harvey because they may have been injured early in the piece. So too did Clark. But both of those players come back full of running. (121-50). The ruckman will be Paul Salmon of Essendon, Michael Schultz of Geelong. Big height difference. Watson takes the ball, drives it long. Madden doesn't try to take it. Neil comes away with a hand pass to Boss. Boss goes wide, and the mark taken out there by Hockey. A hand pass onto Boss. Lost it, regains it, is tackled. Damien Drum goes short with a nice pass to Bruns. Bruns was off. And he's lost it accordingly as Watson picks it up, drives it to half forward. It's a favourable bounce as it comes through. Comes right out to Harvey again. Harvey towards goal and hit the post. Little tap on the back to scratch a kneel by Mark Harvey. There's the board. 17-20 to 7-8. 122 to 50. Cleve. Uncertain which way to go, but he must come to this side of the ground, but it's Salmon in front. The height of Salmon, the sure hands of Salmon. It'll be hard for anybody to counter. But Paul Salmon got in the ruck for the last quarter and a bit. A nice looking kick from Salmon. The breeze has taken. Oh, Madden! Well, to be able to take Madden out of the ruck and put down at full forward. Salmon out of full forward and put into the ruck. Madden puts it through. His first goal. It's still a focal point down there. He has often just gone the knock on to allow those smaller players. Clark, who has kicked 4, Williams 3, Elshaw 2, Harvey 2, to just swoop down and swoop past. The Geelong players must be wondering just what has happened. So good for 2.5 quarters, and now 78 points down. Salmon taps it wide. Michael Thompson. Watson. Hawker. Torpedo punt kick from Hawker. Tapped on by Madden. Merritt is there. Easily breaks the tackle. Brings it across the ground. Dunnell traps it on his hands, knees, gives it to Harvey. Harvey a quick kick towards goal, but he's offline, and 1 point the result. 1 point to Mark Harvey. 18-21 to 7-8. A short kick from fullback finds Hocking. Came from Bright. Hocking straight in towards the middle, and Schultz takes a nice mark. Schultz right in the centre of the ground. Actually from the centre circle. He goes towards half forward, but it's Hawker of Essendon in the way. Plays on immediately. Goes out wide. Phillips can't trap it. Hocking does. Hocking now down towards the forward area. And no, mark not taken. Picked up by Morgan. Snapped towards goal, but he's way offline. And in fact, he's out on the full. It's Kevin Walsh. He will take the free kick. Walsh towards the half-back line. Salmon up, couldn't take the mark. Turner picks up the ball. A nice pass from Turner across to Michael Cole. And Cole, who has kicked 2 goals. And a number of goals kicked from about this position. And Michael Cole. Nice looking kick. I think he swung it a little bit too far. And 1 point only the result. So his personal tally, 2 goals, 2. 2-2 out of 7-9. Folds, puts it out wide. Michael Thompson. Back in towards the centre to Mark Thompson. They've teamed well together, those two. Different spellings, but the name's still the same as Thompson's kick. Missed by Reynoldsson. Over the top comes Neil. Trips. Picked up by Ezard. Ezard across towards the big fellow in Madden. He takes the mark. Opportunity for his second goal. So Simon Madden, 20 metres out from goal. There's the angle. Left foot from Madden, no mistake. His second. Madden saying thank you to his teammate upfield. Number 27, Simon Madden. When his brother Justin was at Essendon and doing the ruck work, he played, I think, a complete season in that full forward position. No doubt he would prefer to be on the ball. Pretty fearsome duo. Paul Salmon, Simon Madden. 135 to 51. 84 points. 19, 21, 7, 9. Geelong was 7 goals, 6, 20 minutes into the third term. 7 goals, 7 at three-quarter time. So they've added 2 points in this quarter as Lenahan slips. It's picked up by Hawker. Hawker steadies in towards the centre towards Salmon, and that's a lovely mark. Good courage. Clark takes a hand pass from Salmon across to Merritt. Izzard says thank you. Goal when he goes. 90 points to margin. What a display of football since midway through the second quarter. Great play by Salmon. Courageous mark. And whilst he was still on the ground, quick to handball, and the rest, the result had got. Geelong are wondering how good Essendon are. I think they now realise. Schultz gets a tap from the centre. Brownless, a hand pass to Turner. Turner slipped, but he's able to recover. The short pass towards Flanagan, and Walsh takes an excellent mark. Kevin Walsh. Looking towards this wing, then directed it the other way. Hocking punches it down. Watson, a long hand pass to Harvey. Over the top to Phillips. Watson coming down. Watson now. The snap towards goal. Beautiful play. Deserved a goal. Hit the post. Beautiful footballer, Timmy Watson. Turner taking it from full-back. Thompson being called back on the mark. 15-metre penalty. Matters not at this stage, though. 91 points the margin. Turner's kick towards the wing. Christensen comes across. Couldn't take the mark. Umpire Dennis Rich coming across to indicate he'll bounce the ball. Bounce on centre wing. 29.5 minutes have gone. I'm sure the Geelong fans will be dying to hear that final side. Merritt short kick taken by Bruns. Punts forward by Foles. A bad bounce for Hawker. Watson doing the shepherding for Phillips, who hand passes to Elshaw. Elshaw puts it out, and a good defensive mark by Neal, who plays on immediately. Neal across the half-back line. The hand pass taken by Darcy. Darcy with a long hand pass towards Schultz. Back to Darcy. Thought about the hand pass again. Now looks to go towards half forward. Hawker up, couldn't take the mark. Danaher there, traps it well. The hand pass to Hawker, likewise to Thompson. Michael Thompson, Watson draws him towards him, gives it to Phillips, back to Thompson. Essendon doing as they like as the pass comes out to Harvey. Another short kick over the top, finds Dunnell, and Dunnell will probably go back and have the shot at goal unless there's a short lead comes. Frank Dunnell, 1 goal to his credit. So Dunnell high kick into the square. The back, Clark couldn't take it. It's pushed in the back though, and Clark has the opportunity of kicking his 5th goal. If he does, it will be 5 to Clark, 3 to Williams, 2 to Ezard, 2 to Elshaw, 2 to Harvey. What a dangerous group they've been, not to mention Roger Merritt's 3. Clark's kick, no mistake about that. Great skill, 5 goals, 3 to Stephen Clark's credit. And Roger Merritt coming across to say, well done, Stephen Clark. 21-22, 148 to 7-9-51. In this last quarter and a half, extremely hard to differentiate between any of the Essendon players. Centre bounce, Salmon against Schultz. There's the board, 148 to 51. Elshaw, Salmon kicks it off the ground. Lenahan comes in, Cole. And Salmon causes another bounce to take place. Almost in the centre circle. Bounces away, favours Schultz, who gets it down. It's picked up by Darcy. A quick hand pass accepted by Hocking, who goes long towards half forward. Brownless up high with one hand. Walsh comes through, easily takes it away with a long hand pass to Michael Thompson. On to Mark Thompson, a bad bounce though. Not a really good hand pass, and the free kick goes the way of Geelong with the push in the back. Cole comes out with it. The hand pass taken by Bruns. There's the siren, and the final score sees Essendon 21-22, 148. Geelong 7-9-51.